Hey guys, Coach Chris. Well, I'm under quarantine too, and one of the first things I like to do in the morning, knowing that I'm probably going to be just sitting around a lot all day, is a mobility routine. So during a mobility routine, the goal is just to relax, get our body moving around the way we would not usually move it around, and help our joints and muscles become a little bit more relaxed and stretched out. Last thing we want to do during this quarantine time is get used to just laying around and get our muscles all tight. We get back to playing, and then we're not moving the way we used to. All right, so the first mobility drill we're gonna do is called the world's greatest stretch. We're just gonna start off with this one because it does attack pretty much the whole body. How we're gonna get set up is into a push-up position. I'm gonna bring one leg towards my hand, so my right leg to my right hand. Then I'm gonna take that right hand off the ground and I'm gonna put it on my knee. From here, I'm just gonna try to drive my hips to the ground, keeping that back knee off the ground. I'm pushing my hips to the ground. Maybe hold that for about 30 seconds. Okay, 30 seconds goes by. Now I'm gonna reach this hand up to the sky or up to the ceiling if you're indoors and hold that for 30 seconds. I'm just gonna hold this stretch. Then I'm gonna come back down, put my hand on the ground, switch sides just like this, and then repeat that process on the other side. Okay, so we're looking to do about a minute on each side. 30 seconds pushing the hips down into the ground. 30 seconds reaching up to the sky or ceiling. Just like that. That one's called the world's greatest stretch. All right guys, this next stretch is gonna be called the swimmer stretch. We're gonna focus a little bit more onto the shoulders here. And as I reach my hand up to the ceiling or to the sky just like this, I'm gonna try and touch my fists together behind me. So just like this, I'm gonna reach them back together as far as I can. I'm gonna hold this stretch for 10 seconds. It's gonna be a little bit more strenuous on the muscle. I'm gonna hold that for 10, reaching back up. I'm gonna bring them back off to my sides again and do the same thing on the opposite side. You will notice that one side is gonna be a lot harder than the other side. That's totally normal. But go ahead and give this about 5 reps on each side with 10 seconds of a hold on each side. Once again, this is the swimmer stretch. All right guys, this next mobility routine is gonna be a yoga push-up into a downward dog position. This is gonna be great for kind of stretching out the fronts of the hips and then stretching out the backs of the legs. If your calves and hamstrings are tight, this is gonna be great. Or if the fronts of your hips are tight because you've been sitting all day, it's another great one as well. It incorporates a lot of upper body. So you're gonna get started just like this into this push-up position. My next step from here is gonna be to push my hips all the way to the sky or to the ceiling, and I'm gonna push my head in between my arms. And we're both like this. So just like that, I'm kind of driving my heels to the ground and I'm pushing my hips to the sky, driving my head in between my arms. After that, I'm gonna go ahead and do the opposite. So I'm gonna drive my hips to the floor, squeezing my glutes, stretching out the front side of my hips, a little bit of lower back, keeping my chest tall. And just like this, I'm just gonna hold this. Notice during this whole time, I'm not like being strained in any way. I'm just breathing, taking nice deep breaths. And I'll go back into that yoga push-up. And we'll go ahead and repeat that process about 10 times. If 10 times is really hard for you, maybe do 2 sets of 5. That way it takes a little bit of pressure off your upper body. Once again, that one is the yoga push-up to a downward dog. Hope you guys enjoyed this mobility routine. Please check in daily as I will be sending out a new mobility routine every single day. If you guys do like a new one, great, you can do that new one. If you like an old one, you do the old one. These are just to bring in some variation throughout the day so that every day isn't as monotonous as possible. But again, start your day off with a mobility routine, get your body moving. It'll kind of set the tone for the day to be productive.